Hello, me hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. Quick pop up for you, of course, Tuesday evening, and I thought we'd just say hi and see what's happening. It's a quarter to 10 in the evening, so I expect you'll all be getting ready for bubbles. But I thought we'd just say hi and see who's about. It's always good. It always reminds me of that wonderful bit in the movie Crocodile Dundee when he goes and gets a ay, 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 ay. He says, just saying who's about. There we are, fantastic. Dinky-Doo, hello, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you all with us. Hi, Abad. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Now then, there's Carson and Elsie, fantastic. Lovely to have you with us, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for my beautiful red rose. Ching Ching says, hello, Scotty, long time. Hello, Scotty. Good to see you, pal, says Aidan. Dinky-Doo, Aidan. And Mark says, hey. Hey, Mark. Fantastic. And good evening. We're also streaming live on the YouTube channel. So never a dull moment on here, I say to you. Now then, Scotty, what do you think about Putin? Well, Mr. Putin, a very, very, very experienced politician, I say to you. And Rangers or Celtic, well, they're both very good teams. So I suggest you go and see them play and make up your mind. Rishi Sunak is the best Prime Minister ever in the UK. I am so proud. How many are you comparing him with? He's your biggest fan, Scotty Dinky-Doo. Love it. Fantastic. Thank you. Hello, Darcy. Have you ever visited Wishaw? Many, many times. I did an official visit to Wishaw when I was with Scott FM, and my goodness, was that big. And I mean big. I doubt even Her Majesty would have got the crowd that Scottie McClue got that day. Hello, Scottie McClue. Hello, Dinky-Doo Milo. How are you, Scotty? Says Scottish GT. I'm remarkable for my age. Has everybody watching gone right up to the top left and clicked the plus sign? We should have immediately 100 people. Do you know where View Park is? Oh, very well, Carson. Yes, in Uddingston, just along the road and up the hill. I, Scotty, where do you live? What places have you been to? Well, I've lived all over the UK, Aberdeen, Kilmarnock, no, not Kilmarnock, sorry, Carlisle, Manchester, Preston, London. Where else have we lived? We've worked in Newcastle, Sheffield twice. So there you go. Did you vote for Brexit? Did you fall for Nigel Farage? No, no, no. Of course, I didn't vote for Brexit. I might not look very intelligent, but I'm not that daft. So there you are. I say to you, hi, Scotty Dinky-Doo, says Chase. Hello, Chase. Good evening, Scotty, says Susan on the YouTube channel. Yes, get subscribing. We need 5 subscribers tonight. There we are. Hey, Scotty Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Hello, Razzie Boy. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you with us. There's Charlie. Says, hello, hello. Hello, hello, Charlie. Good to have you with us live on Scottie McClue. Now, guys, the main purpose for popping up tonight, who has Keith Snedden? What are you doing, you lovely, lovely man? There we are. Hello, Chief. How are you? Dinky-Doo, the berry tune of Blair Gowrie. Fair blooming to the sun. Well, the berries will be getting picked, are they? I would think you. How are you now, fellows? Says Charlie. Well, amazing, Charlie. Thank you for asking. Thank you to Keith Snedden for sending me beautiful, beautiful gifts there. Positivity he's sending me. I think that's wonderful. We're only up for a few minutes, guys, so enjoy it all while you can. Hello from Airdrie. Jip. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Keith Snyder, what are you like? You're sending me red roses. We have a small red rose, what do you call it there, actually? A goal. We have a goal. But Keith, don't be too generous. What time do you get up and go to bed? I usually go to bed by midnight, and I get up at about 6 at the latest. There we are. So we get about 6 hours sleep. 5.5 if we read for half an hour. Charlie, what are you doing? And Oliveira is sending me red roses as well. How amazing are you guys? Guys, we're going to make target at that rate. That's it there. You won't see it on the YouTube channel, of course. I mate DINKY-DOO, Robert McNaughton. How lovely to have you with us live on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Everybody watching on the TikTok, get over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and come back. You'll see the URL, see what I just did there, in the TikTok bio. So go up to the TikTok bio at the start, and you'll just be able to click and go straight onto the YouTube. Tell me when you've done it. Charlie, what are you doing? Charlie's sending a huge, huge number of red roses. Say hi to Holly. Yes, indeed. Hi, everybody. Hello, Mr. McClue. There we are. What color of underpants do you think I should wear to impress the ladies? I wouldn't know. I've never worn underpants to impress the ladies. DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue. There we are, says the voice of reason. Fantastic. DINKY-DOO to you, voice of reason. Fantastic. You get up at that time. What's the reason? Well, I have to go to my work. Why else do you get up in the morning? Hello from the County Antrim, says Charlie. Charlie, lovely to have you with us from County Antrim, one of the top 6 counties there. So see if I can do this. Antrim, Armagh, Down, Derry or Londonderry. How many is that? 4. Tyrone, 5. And which other ones? Fermanagh. Are we talking Fermanagh here? Scottie, what's the best way to get the girls? To be yourself and be charming and polite at all times. To be a gentleman. There we are. Fantastic. Now then, what else have we got here? Lots and lots of you joining us. I am very, very impressed. Don't forget Monaghan, Donegal and Cavan. Yes, but are they part of the 6 counties? You know, of Ulster. There we are. We're talking about Ulster's 9 counties. I said, you know, Derry. Well, we said Derry, Kieran. We got that one in. Yes, you need to be listening. You need to listen to McClue. Fantastic. What I say to you, General Sup every day. Hi, what's your work, says Jackson. I inform, educate, and entertain. Londonderry, it's called. There we are. Tap water. Yes, just the tap water. Absolutely. Where are you from, Mr. McClue? I am from the universe. Scottie, hello. Let's get rid of this half-witted ZC, guys. Can everybody shout bye ZC, right? There's always an idiot on, and they're of a very, very low IQ. There we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Everybody shouted bye-bye to ZC? Right. Excellent stuff. Brilliant. An absolute pleasure to see you. Charlie, thank you so much for your kindness there. Oh, the phones. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, it's Kareem, Scottie.
Kareem, how lovely to hear you. Fantastic. What's happening?
I just seen that you were live there, so I thought I need to pop in and say a wee quick hello to Scottie.
Well, that is very kind of you. It is, as you know, it's always a random pop-up.
Yes, no, but it keeps people on their toes. It's good to like a random pop-up.
Keeps them going, and the TikTok and YouTube channel are doing very well. YouTube's a little bit slow for subscribers. People are lazy, I think. It's a lazy thing.
Well, I've been watching some of your videos you've been uploading, and they have been absolutely fantastic from previous callers from your other radio stations.
Oh, yes, yes. We came across 1 or 2 of these, and sometimes people email me them, you know.
Yes, no, and they must have a big bank of them saved somewhere from over the years, Scottie.
Most of them are actually, I think, on YouTube. There's about 3,000 videos on YouTube. People don't quite realize just it's a vast depository of broadcasting history, you know.
Oh, well, listen, it is history, and, you know, it's really interesting when you're listening, and it's like politics at that time, or you've just got some really funny calls. It's entertaining.
A good bit of entertainment. There must have been something in it, Kareem, to get, as I say, 250,000 people on a local station listening every half hour, you know.
Oh, absolutely, Scotty. And it's, as I said, people learn from it. And I had a good wee giggle. I had one where a guy came up and he was just, it was various calls and various people, and you were just, they were acting silly, and you were just shooting them down. It was really funny.
Sometimes we were just so mobbed. As I say, the record was 460,000 calls in 1 week.
Wow.
And that was the one that shorted out the network. And that's when the telephone company had to phone the station and find out what was going on, because they had to strengthen the network.
Well, Scotty, those are the days. And those days, just need to keep getting it out there to the folk that, the YouTube and the TikTok and the live calls. And, it's different types, but there's a different way of doing it.
It's a different way of doing it, and we'll see. And I think it will grow. I think because I don't have an advertising budget as such, it's difficult to get it out there. But once people know, do you know what I mean?
Oh, word of mouth, Scotty. I mean, how many times have you been on a live and someone knows, right, Scotty, I didn't know you were back, or whatever,
Yes, it's all a wee surprise. Word of mouth and good people that, gosh, we've got 50% of the goal already. And Susan says, hi, Kareem. Robert says, bye. And Professor Numpty says, Scotty, my packet of sausages were one shot. Who do I phone? Voice of Reason says, DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue. I'm from Motherwell. Thanks for entertaining me through the years. So that's all right, isn't it? And there's the wonderful Alan McGee says, hello, Scotty.
Well, it was interesting. Hi, Susan. Sorry not to ignore you. I was in Edinburgh on Saturday there. If you know, there was a massive... I've not really spoke much politics with you recently.
No.
This is the only thing I'm going to say politically, Scotty.
Yes.
It was the big independence swap,
yes,
which was really pushed from the SNP. And there was an absolute fantastic turnout. It was really a beautiful day, as you know, the weekend was. And they had Humza Yousaf and other MPs all walking down the mile.
The Royal Mile.
Yes, to the Arthur seat down at the bottom of the Parliament House. And it was a fantastic day. Kids were there, families, elderly, and the tourists getting to see that. It was like an army, with the bagpipes and the drums walking down. And it's just, it was fantastic to see. And if anyone's listening, if they were there as well, I'm sure they really enjoyed themselves.
Oh, yes, I think so. I mean, you want to have a lot of fun, but also there's a very, very important message there that Scotland doesn't want to become a political football. It wants to go back to being a world leading nation.
Well, I think the problem, Scotty, is the only issue that I had was Saturday, and I said that to one of my friends was there, and we left early because I thought I don't want to listen to all the speeches because I support the walk, but when you were listening to the politicians and or First Minister, it was all Scotland needs, Scotland should, you must talk. That to me is great motivational, and don't get me wrong, it was excellent for motivation and to get people determined. But the one thing that was lacking was you're telling us that we need to be doing X, Y, and Z, but you're not telling us how you are going to get this referendum. How are you going to ensure that we get this independent Scotland? Because I can talk about Scotty being a billionaire. That's not going to happen.
No, it's what you have to do is actually say, here is the plan. And here is the plan for the currency. Here is the plan for the monarchy. Here is what we're offering for the such and such and the such and such. If you're into all that, could I have your vote, please?
Well, I know the SNP's stance on the monarchy is to leave it as it is.
Yes.
There's no plans to change that, and that the SNP have made that abundantly clear. We had somebody speaking from the Greens party that made it abundantly clear that they want a Republic Scotland.
Well, I think they can forget that. So that's them just virtually, setting themselves on fire, they can forget that really, because
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. Half a dozen people shouting, "Not my king," is very unappetizing.
At the end of the day, Scottish, I never used to be supporting the monarchy or the royal family, but I've listened to your shows over the years. I've listened to your arguments, and at the end of the day, I don't have anything against them at all. I think they bring in a lot of money into the country in terms of tourism. We spoke about that before, and £1 of your wages or your tax goes towards the royal family a year. That's not even
That's right.
Inflation just now.
But also, there's another figure, Kareem, that people don't realise. 75% of the king's income goes back to the treasury.
To the people.
Yes, to the people. Yeah. Absolutely. And to do up the palaces, which are admin HQs,
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything against, and I've always maintained that I think in an independent Scotland, the monarchy will play a key part in terms of attracting tourism. We have so many abandoned, rundown castles that could be refurbished.
Yes.
And,
in fact, I think there should be reparations. If national debt-wise, if Scotland became independent, I think Scotland would be owed something like, I think it's 60 billion back. So now, Linlithgow Palace.
Yes.
And the First Minister could have a flat in that.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. And we've got huge, they talk about, these castles should go to the homeless. That would distress the homeless, because people are homeless for a whole variety of reasons. Yeah. And they would get very distressed in a castle. I could tell you can get lost in these places, and they're not particularly comfortable. But if they were properly done up, Linlithgow Palace is one. And, there's a whole huge raft of places, you say, if they did them all up. And then there are also council estates with very good, well-built housing, all boarded up, and that needs to be looked at as well.
Those types of houses, Scotty, they're still going to be here after you and I disappear.
Well, the 1920s, 1930s Scottish council house, 2 and 3 bedroom, 4 in a block, all that stuff, very, very well built, double skin brick.
Yeah. They were made to last. If you look at new builds nowadays, Scotty, God, they're not going to last 20 years.
Well, you take a look at the likes of Moss Park and Knightswood, and just see the quality of build that's in these houses. It's fabulous.
Yeah. And if you know the south side of the city, like the same 4 in a block, if you know like the Crossfoot area where you've got the cottage flats, they're solid. They're absolutely solid. It's good. You don't get that nowadays, but
no,
it's grand.
and all round Clarkston and all that sort of stuff as well. Some great quality housing there. There's Charlie Cunningham saying the flat cap is a signature. It is indeed.
Yes. If you look at Scotty East Kilbride, those houses. I was speaking to one of the girls there, and she was saying that her house was built, I think, was it the 60s? The house was in because it's one of the 5 new towns back in the day that they were developing.
So what you talk, Cumbernauld, East Kilbride was another one. Glenrothes, Livingston.
Yeah. To take away all the crowdedness from Irvine. I'm sure Irvine might be one as well.
Irvine has a new town, yes. Irvine new town, you're quite right. And Bourtry Hill, all up there. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of those houses are still standing, but as I said, if you look now to these new builds, they're not going to last 20 years. And, people are making themselves homeless in order to get one of this. One of my work colleagues had to make herself homeless in order to get a new build house. And I thought, that's risky. I would go down that road.
Just crazy stuff. Kareem, as always, a great privilege to hear you. And we will keep in touch.
DINKY-DOO, Scotty. Thanks for
Bless yourself. DINKY-DOO, look forward to it. See you now. There's our Kareem. Always a good call, Kareem. Right, what have we got here? 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. says Alan McGee. Wonderful, Alan. Hello, Scottie McClue. A shout out to Kian, says late grandma. Professor Numpty Heat, is the customer still always right these days, or has that changed? The customer should always be right, Numpty Heat. Hang on. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
It's David. What time did you start, son?
Oh, David, son. We started, I think it was about 9:45.
Well, that's not too bad.
So we're only 20 minutes in.
Well, I was like, what happened to my bell? I had to try and fix that out. This has happened once too often on my phone. The wee bell to go ding ding. It's ever granddad Scotty.
Right, did you tap the bell? Yes.
I had to go back and subscribe.
And you've subscribed, I've subscribed
for you for 2 years.
Yes.
So I don't know why. I got the TikTok, but I didn't get the YouTube.
You got the TikTok. So does the TikTok give you a wee ting as well?
I got that, but also YouTube was involved in it. I don't know why.
Right. Thank you to that lovely Keith Snedden for contributing to the live. He's a great guy.
Aye, great guy. That's good.
There's Sanchez saying, have you ever been to Lochranza?
Where's Lochranza?
Lochranza's in Arran.
Oh, Arran.
Yes, okay, absolutely, Lochranza. Yeah. I need another 50 followers, guys, on the TikTok.
Scotty, you get great followers, son.
We're doing all right, and a million views on the YouTube. My only thing about the YouTube is people are very, very slow about subscribing because I think they think it costs them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Now you've still got what do you call that? You've got a wee thing I can add money onto your account through YouTube to get me.
The YouTube, but don't go to bother. You never need to give Scotty anything. It's just if somebody was feeling flush.
I'm just going to add wee things.
A quid.
Tonight or the next quid. I'll do for your wee bits and bobs.
A wee bits and bobs. A quid's more than enough, you see. Well, I can get a wee bit of advertising for about 12 quid. You see, so that kind of thing, it all helps.
I'm just saying hello to everyone out there. Hello, people.
Hello, everybody from TV. And of course, you're a bit of a star on here.
Oh, we're a star.
You're a star. But I would say to everybody watching the TikTok and the YouTube, get sharing stuff, let's start sharing it. Just say share that, right. Like it, and all that stuff.
It's so cool, do you know what I mean? Scotty, I've got a riddle, right?
Right, go on.
Right. So I woke up the other day and this thing came into my head, and I thought, if potatoes got offended because we eat them, they'll throw spuds at us.
No sponsors. We love it. Absolutely.
I don't know where it came from. It just came in my head.
They'll throw spuds at us. A spud. It's amazing. I remember being at a very, very, very distinguished party, and it was a kind of semi-buffet Sunday lunch. And it was roast beef and Yorkshire pudding, but it was like a buffet.
Oh, I love Yorkshire pudding.
Well, they all picked up their plates, and then there was like slices of roast beef. And this very senior army officer turns to another one and goes, "There's a spud on the table behind you." I love it.
Good those spuds.
It was good, and they were very senior, they were very, but I just liked them using the word spud,
Of course, my friend Scotty, going to tell me something's happening. Right, all my friends in East Coast Rides and their son and their daughter are all down with this apparently new COVID variant.
Oh, right. Well, I think
I know Kareem's got long COVIDs, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you can get up and update with us. It was in your news. It's heading the other way. It's back. new variants. There's a name for it. But Alexa's telling you different variants is coming into the UK. It's saying there's one in Canada, of course, is full of it.
Well, of course, Canada has to have they're pushing all these things in Canada. But I mean, Canada's an absolute mess at the moment, poor place.
I know it is.
You know, it's such a shambles. But I think that even if somebody hasn't got it, they'll blame it on that. Do you know what I mean? So if somebody goes, I think I've got a wee crackle in my chest, I go, watch, it's no that new COVID thing, you see, because they like to keep everybody frightened and having to get help, you know.
Right, so this is my thing. I'm not complying this year. I'm not going to take my flu jab. I'm not taking any other jabs. But they've all sent me a letter because I'm vulnerable because I've got COPD.
Of course.
I'm not getting involved. They can't force me to take these jabs that kill millions of people.
Yes, that's right. And I mean, somebody's think it says to me here, what do you think of this depopulating by vaccine?
You know, this is what they're doing, Scotty. They're trying to get us all. They're trying to kill a lot of us. Okay.
Here's a good one here, though, Davey. What do you like this one? This is Charlie over in Northern Ireland. He says, "I'm having a pint watching this from a pub." He's in the pub watching McClue.
The whole pub in Ireland's watching you.
Yeah, share it with the pub. Hold your phone up and shout, Charlie. Scotty's on.
Charlie, how you doing, Charlie?
We love that. It's fantastic.
Congratulations to the pub in Ireland. They can hear the island.
Yes, we love it. Absolutely fantastic. There we are.
That is great. That's what's happening at every pub.
I'm absolutely loving all this. It's just amazing. But they're all on shouting and bawling. But I like when folk hold that up and they go, right, here he is. There's Charlie there. Charlie, get it shared with the pub. See what they're all doing. Get them watching McClure.
That's amazing. We need to get this trend happening in Glasgow. Yes. All the pubs should put up the big screen every night in Glasgow.
Can I tell you, Davey, this is absolutely true. You know now that you see people advertising satellite telly on in the pubs. There was a pub in Glasgow when McClue was on Scott FM radio, and it said live Scotty from 10 o'clock. And folk went into the pub and they put the radio on in the pub.
That's amazing, so cool, isn't it? I swear to God.
And the boy told me, he says the place was heaving, you know, they were all going to, Scotty on the night, aye. And they were all getting a pint and then just laughing.
Some people still say to you, what's your number? Come on, they must know by now.
What's your number, for goodness sake? You know, absolutely. Do you remember when you used to go into, there's somebody calling me Slay, you know, that's a compliment apparently. Do you remember when you used to go into the co-op and they asked for your share number?
Aye, yeah.
What's your share number? And you got stuff cheap in the co-op. I loved all that.
That's right. Well, look at we get the Tesco's Club cards, you know.
What about this one from Darren? Hello, Scotty. Best wishes from Nottingham. He's doing in Nottingham. Davey, I don't know if I told you this. There's Jackson wanting a shout out. Hola from España, Scotty. España, says Ralph. España. Viva la España. Viva la España. Did I tell you that 14% of our viewership right now is in the United States?
Aye.
Seriously. Everybody's watching in America. Y'all have a nice day now.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean? We're in America.
We're in America. It's wonderful. No, they love McClue in America.
I wonder if you're in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yes. Well, Los Angeles, this guy's spamming us now, shouting it all the time.
Oh, get him to.
I'll have to mute him. There we are. What a shame.
Doing
the Swanee if you're spamming.
Aye.
You know, fantastic.
I people are not right anyway. You know what? They're living a sad life.
But Davey, do you know what? It doesn't matter.
I know, son.
You know, it doesn't matter. It really is.
You know what I mean?
Do you remember the batteries getting charged from the co-op vans, says Jackie? I remember the milk floats getting charged.
Aye.
Do you know?
Right. I still shop in Co-op. Do you sometimes? The Co-op's a bit dear, right? A wee bit, you know.
Well, a wee bit. It's dearer than it was, shall we say? But it was a very good idea. And I'll tell you another one was Sir Thomas Lipton from the Gorbals, who had Lipton's tea, and he used to sell really good. Yes, and he sold really good value stuff. He sold really good value stuff.
So obviously he passed over that, correct? Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, a long time ago. Sir Thomas Lipton. He was very, very famous. And he was a friend of the King's at the time. And he started off with a shop in the Gorbals. And it was open when he opened. It was brightly lit. And he did ham, butter, tea, things like that.
That's like the old days. I can mention it. Do you remember the old Henry Healy's?
Yes, Henry Healy's, of course you can. And Galbraith's was another one.
Aye, Henry Healy's was fantastic.
Yes, and Galbraith's.
I just to go in and buy my rolls and my slices of
lovely
cheese
shops.
My ham.
Yes, lovely.
Galbraith's,
Lipton's, well, Tommy Lipton, he sailed these huge yachts. And but here's the snobbery: they wouldn't let him into one of the clubs because he was trade. Can you imagine that?
Oh, for goodness, they were jealous. That's why.
Aye, they were jealous. The man made a fortune, but he never overcharged ordinary people, and that's what we love about it. Cardinal's asking who remembers the Vital Spark. That was the puffer we talked about. Remember?
Right. Oh, what's the Vital Spark?
The Vital Spark. She was Parahandy's puffer, and the puffer. Yes, his puffer. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about his asthma spray. His puffers. That people say that they say, "Have you got your puffers with you?" You know. But
I've got mine.
You've got yours for your COPD. So there we are. But
it's all beside me.
Yes, it's all there. Oh no, keep that handy for heaven's sake. But no, the puffers were these wee steam cargo boats, and they plied the west coast of Scotland. Now here was their strength, Davy. They had their own wee derrick or crane on the deck, so they could load and offload stuff. Right? They were cheap to run because they were steam. And they had coal, and they very often were carrying coal. Yes, so you had your steam engines, and they were built a lot of them were built around Scotland. And yes, absolutely incredible. But they had a flat bottom. So when you went to somewhere where it had no pier, you could beach it at high tide. Then when the tide went out, you could unload your coal and your furniture and your food. And everybody got that to a cart down to the beach and went away with that. And then when the tide came in and she got water under her keel, she could head off for the next port.
There you go.
And there was huge comedy.
The old coal stories. I mean, as I said, I was born up the coal. I was born in the 70s. The coal fires, wonderful.
The coalman shout,
my mum
"Go!"
used to put the teapot on the coal fire teapot and everything back in the day. Do you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Hi, Scotty, to get in the wrong. It's like we hear this. It's true they're going to do away with gas, central heating in the next 10 years.
They're talking about it, but they'll see. To be honest, Davey, a lot of all this panic stuff won't happen. It won't happen because it can't happen.
I agree with you. But
you know?
Apparently, I'm also like, I'm a clever man like you. I might get a lot of conspiracy theory stuff, right? But anyway, I might be wrong. Apparently, near the end of September, we might be in a lockdown, son.
Well, I think there's a lot of stuff going to be tried. There's a lot of evil about, and there's a lot of stuff going to be tried. But to be honest with you, only some of it will work. What was that, Davy?
The chief medical officer of Glasgow was on the news the other night. You know what he kept saying? Everybody must get their jags. And that's what he kept saying. We must get vaccinated. The chief medical officer of Glasgow. He was on when we had the first lockdown on the news.
Yes.
And that's what he's saying. He's terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't. Davy, don't be slagging anyone off now, you see, because...
All right, no,
yeah,
I know
yes,
that, but
yes.
Scotty.
No, but Davy, remember you and I talked about this, and then once you've identified somebody, you have to stop, right? Otherwise, you get a problem.
Scotty, will you take your jobs then this year?
Well, we'll see what happens this year, you know. I mean, you've got to also watch if you have a problem with your immune system.
Of course, right. Okay, that's me, the COPD asthma.
Yes, you've got to watch all that. Absolutely, yes, indeed.
I took the four jags.
Yes, but what I'm saying to you is we're not allowed to slag any particular people off. Do you see what I mean?
Aye, right. I'm so passionate, son.
I know you are, son. You get that excited and all the rest of it. But I'm protecting you, and I'm protecting the broadcast. You know.
You know, you've seen people, you've seen all the marches. People's not complying to what's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but I think a lot of all that just will end up not happening. If you see what I mean. You see?
Do you think it's a sad day they're going to close down all the businesses?
Well,
what are you doing the businesses?
Well, they've already ruined most businesses with that last lot.
That's correct.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, the place is an absolute mess. But I think you've got to look at it and say, is this incompetence or is all this by design? That's all I'm saying. You see, I mean, because you can't have a country fairly well run for about 500 years and then suddenly so badly run that it just falls apart. So somebody somehow lost the plot.
You need to run the country.
I need to run the country, but I don't think they'd let me run the country because we'd be telling the truth all the time, and not everybody likes that. I remember talking to a big boss, and I says, "What are you thinking about?" He says, "Well, I'm just wondering what to say about this." I says, "Well, just tell them the truth." They went, "Oh, for God's sake, you can't do that."
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's terrible. Oh, you can't say that.
Oh, you can't say that. You know what I mean? It's that sort of stuff. But if there was a lot more of it, you would see a much healthier society, you know. But having said that, a lot of truths are coming out. And that's interesting as well, you know what I mean? Because in the old days, in the old days, you never heard from politicians. If there was an emergency, the Prime Minister would go on the telly and talk to the nation. Whether it was Churchill or Macmillan or Heath or Wilson or any of these boys, they'd go on the telly. Then suddenly they thought, let's glam it up a bit. So you had a young Prime Minister like Tony Blair, and he appeared on the telly a lot. And the next thing is, it was, you know, it was showbiz. And then they put the cameras. You know. See, when you used to have the House of Commons was only a radio link, and you would have a picture of who was speaking in the corner. So say it was Mrs. Thatcher, you'd have a wee picture in the corner, and then she would be up going, "Oh, what an interesting thing has come from the party opposite." And you would get a wee snippet there, you see? And the rest, then go order, the Prime Minister.
I still watch her in action. She spoke years ago. She was amazing.
Really. She was. She's a very, very good politician.
She didn't beat around the bush.
No, I mean,
she did. She just gave it, and that was it.
She completely wrecked the place, but I mean, she was a very good politician.
Oh yeah, she would have been putting up all these silly walls, right? Okay.
Oh no, she would have sorted all that. She'd have been sending in the task force.
Oh yes, indeed.
You know, from that point.
Nowadays they're giving guns to countries, and come on.
Now, but anyway, do you not remember they were doing with the cowboys and the North American Native Indians? You know.
Right. Was that another thing?
That was another thing. When I was a wee boy, when you went to the movies, it was cowboys and Indians, and it was North American Native Indians.
My dad loved all that.
Aye, that was it, the cowboy movies. And that was it. And then they thought maybe this is no too politically correct, so they put a stop to it. You know?
Aye.
But that was, and then for a while it was Brits and Jerry's, you know, all the war films.
John Wayne, get off your horse and drink your milk.
Yeah. How much would you charge from a company? Oh, for you, Mr. Wayne. Company home. All that stuff.
I mean, like, my dad was a big cowboy. He liked to hook the high chaparral.
High chaparral. Bonanza. She wore a yellow ribbon. Bonanza. Yeah, all that stuff. No, it was great.
My dad died. My dad's been dead 7 weeks now. He's up in heaven watching old high chaparral.
Bless him, Davy. Well, always remember, he was very proud of his son.
Well, he lived a good Scottie. He died on the Grand National Day.
I remember you telling me, you told me.
Aye.
And we had Father's Day the other day.
He put a horse on every day's life.
Fantastic.
Almost until the end of his life. I saw the day on his deathbed. He was on a tablet, put his last horse on. He died at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Bless him.
He's all right. He's up the stairs.
He is upstairs. He's in the next room, Davy, as they say.
Yes. That's wonderful. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm happy for him. He's released now. He's happy.
I will tell you this, Davy. You love this. Here's Charlie in the pub.
Yeah.
It says he thinks we're talking about a lock-in instead of a lockdown. He says I miss a good lock-in. We lost our vision.
Charlie, listen to me. Don't comply with the Jags.
Now, listen, what I was going to say to you, I was going to tell you a wee story there about, see if you're ever backing a horse, never back one that's too well bred. Do you know why?
Right.
Because
I think he might die.
No, his manners are so good that when he leaves the starting gate, he stops and shuts it behind him.
There you go.
You like that one? He's too well bred. See what I just did there? Crazy stuff.
But see, a few horses died on the field.
Yeah, I know. It's very sad. And that, the Beecher's Brook, I don't like that. And I don't like when they have to destroy the horse, you know what I mean?
I know, it's terrible. I mean, these horses are, people's got to sit on them. They've got to, you know what I mean, to win cash for gamblers. And then some just die. I
know, it's tragic. And race horses are so beautiful.
Aye.
There was a wee one, I can't remember the name, but there was a wee one years ago, and it was winning everything. And it was the loveliest wee horse. It had a smile on its face. And it used to just go,
famous, of course, probably, yeah.
And I'll tell you the other ones I love, when the riderless horse comes in first, but they can't award it first, you know what I mean? It chucks the jockey off and carries on running.
I mean, we all love the Grand National. I put a wee footer on in my time of life, you know what I mean? Not all the time, do you know what I mean?
Here's a guy, he says, I've just viewed your profile. How much money have you got? I've got 8 quid. So there you are.
Right. Tell them.
That's
between you and your wee bonnet.
That's between me. That's what's under the bonnet here. The rest, 8 quid.
Aye.
Brilliant. Davey, so lovely to hear you. I better go. And we'll catch up soon.
Aye.
Top man.
Yes, and
DINKY-DOO. What a great guy. That's our Davey. Oh, amazing. Always a good call. Always an excellent call, guys, I say. Now, if you're on the YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up. You're live at Scottie's Phone In. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue.
DINKY-DOO, who's that first name?
This is Oliver.
Oliver, lovely to hear you, Oliver.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice to talk to you. I just want to say that this programme is the best program. You never fail to entertain me, Scotty.
Oh, you're very kind, Oliver. It's just we do it for a bit of fun, you know. And because the telly's so poor and the radio's so poor, we think, let's get McClue on there and get the people entertained.
Yeah, it's very true, Scotty. I don't know what to say. You never fail to entertain me.
You're a very, very kind man, and you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, I'll always enjoy it.
You're getting a laugh, and that was very good of you to ring Oliver as well, because I know when first time it takes a wee bit of pluck to actually go, right, I'm going to phone him, you know?
Yeah, it's very true.
Very, very much appreciated. And take great care of yourself.
You too, Scotty.
And
see you soon.
Stay fabulous, okay?
Thank you, Scotty.
Top man. There we are. That's our Oliver there. That's first time caller and a very nice call from a very polite young gentleman. We love all that. Now then, what have we got here? I'm watching you from Bosnia, from Mostar. I'm missing my Anbrew and sausage suppers, says the voice of reason. There we are. David says he's joined, and what happened to his bell? Guys, can you go down on the bottom left, I think it is, of the YouTube picture and give me a thumbs up. So there you are. There's Shawnee Boy saying, up the crown. He's a big royalist. I tell you, DINKY-DOO. Now, gosh, we've been up for 47 minutes. So who have we got here? I say to you, guys, I need another 20 followers on the TikTok, right? So I need another 20 of you to follow on TikTok. I think that's very, very important. So if you're watching TikTok, get up and get following. Also, can everybody start tap, tappity, tap on their phones to send me? I've got 4,000 likes, right? 4,000, that is great. But we need a lot more subscribers on the YouTube channel. So if every single one of you watches TikTok, you'll see the details for the YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com/Scottie McClue. Psycho Joker says, a Celtic brother watching from Wales. Well, Yakida and Nosda, my dear friend, the Taff. We love it. Fantastic. So lovely to see so many of you joining us tonight on the YouTube channel. But if you can all share it about, tell 10 to tell 10. So there we are. There's a guy saying up the crown, and he's an SNP man. And everybody who's a nationalist should be 100% behind the Scottish monarchy. The head of state for Scotland is the king. And we're very, very lucky. Future Profile says, Scotty, what's your chippy order? My chippy order would probably be a fish supper and a sausage supper. And maybe a black pudding supper. Yes? There's, I won't say no to any of these, even a haggis supper. Very good Welsh speaking. Well, I thank you. There we are. Good answer. What time are you on to this evening? We've got another 10 minutes, guys, and then we have to go. Haggis supper's the best. We love a haggis supper. Guys, more followers, please. More followers. A lot more followers than that. Everybody, if you've got a TikTok account, you should be following Scottie McClue. Thank you to Richie for following. Thank you to Chloe for a red rose. Chloe or Chio? No, Chio. Chio. Yes, I thought you were saying chow. Thank you for following Scooter. And I'll give you a shout out if you follow. Guys, I'll also give you a shout out if you go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And I'll talk to you on there as well. I love a fritter roll. Where Jackie, A fritter at any time is good stuff. We say, drink the water, guys. Lovely. Thank you for my beautiful gift. I've just had a lovely red rose from FR. DINKY-DOO, thank you so much, FR. Well, I'm the first gifter, says FR. Well, you're very, very generous, FR. It's very good of you. Richie is giving me red roses. Richie, thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. Now, who else have we got on the YouTube here? We're running late with our chat. Hi, Numpty. See you Saturday, says David. I've just joined. Numpty says, hi, pal. There we are. He says, pal, for Edinburgh, saying, Ken. Me and my daughter have rehomed a rescue dog today, says Alan from the Dogs Trust. His name is Charlie. Alan, I send love and blessings to Charlie and to you and to your good daughter for adopting Charlie. Charlie is now going to have a wonderful life. Bless you all, I say to you. There we are. Hey, Scotty, and everyone says Amy. Amy, I call him Amy. His handle is actually Am I Dead Yet? But that's too serious, I think. Ilsa's talking about shopping centres. I can't advertise, Ilsa, so I wouldn't say. There we are. There's Richie. Richie, thank you for all your kindness there. I've got 214 roses out of 300. So we're only 86 roses short. So if 86 of you send me one rose, we are laughing. Cats or dogs? Both. Ilsa, both. I've had two beautiful Labrador dogs. There's Lord Reith behind me. You can see him in the picture, you see. Fantastic. Good night, Kareem. Sleep well, says Susan. Bless you, Susan. And Scotty, where do you do your daily shopping? Well, I shop at a very, what I'd call a bargain store. I won't mention it, but it's very good. Scotty, do you have any pets? Well, I don't at the moment. As I say, there's Lord Reith. And if you scroll down the TikTok videos, you'll see both the dogs. It's tremendous. Right, I think it's time for a tune on the squeeze box. And then I think we'll have to go. But do you want... yes, Richie, good man. Yes, Richie, good man. There we are. Are you fabulous or mega fabulous, says Zyba. I am both fabulous and mega fabulous. There we are. Fantastic. Tune on the squeeze box, guys. It's me again, Owen. How lovely to have you with us from Ireland. Fantastic. Yes, indeed. Yoo-hoo! There we are. Thank you, Zyba. What a legend, says Richie. Richie, you are the legend, my dear fellow. Mega fabulous, Scotty, says FR. We love it. And thank you for all your kindnesses tonight. You're such lovely, lovely people. Now, Scotty, what's your hops on the bakery? We like the bakery. Guys, I need more followers, please. So there we are. You should listen to DJ Bad Boy. There we are. Is there a DJ Good Boy? You know, what about M&M's? That's my favourite sweets. Oh, you mean the wrapper, the big yellow bag that the sweets come in? Oh, we love that. Opinions on jammy donuts. Don't tempt me. We like a jammy donut. Yes, I say to you. What are we doing for time? Now, what have we got? Hello, Scotty from Scotland. Excellent. Richie, you should listen to the Corries. There's one for you. The Corries. Yes, indeed. Jimmy Shand. There we are. Fantastic. Jimmy Shand. And what else have we got I can put your way? The Alexander Brothers. Andy Stewart. Now you're talking. I tell you. I'm upset. My girlfriend broke up with me. I'm crying now. I miss the good times we had. Razzie Boy. You may get back together or whatever. Can you do a wee sing song? Well, we have to be careful that we don't get The Corries. Yes, that's it, Lewis. The Corries. One of the Corries, they used to be the Corrie Folk Trio and Paddy Bell. And one of the Corries, then they became a duo called the Corries. And the Corries, Roy Williamson, one of the Corries, one half of the Corries, wrote Flower of Scotland. Sorry if I'm being a baby on here, Razzie boy, come on now. It's grow up time on here, I say to you. We've maybe time for a very quick tune. Do you want one on the squeeze box? Do you want one on that? There we are. And then we do have to go, guys. You know what I mean? Ain't life tough? There you are. Did you like that? Reaching in the squeeze box for you, I tell you. There we go. Now, good night, everybody. Fantastic. Scotty, this instrument sounds like you. I thank you. DINKY-DOO. PC Ventris. We love PC Ventris. Aidensfield Place, PC Ventris speaking. There we are. DINKY-DOO. I don't think so, Lily. It was Brill. Thank you, Lily. That's very, very kind of you. No, I don't think I do in the answer to your second question. So there we are. Thank you for all the thumbs up. We're going to have to go now. It's heartbreaking. I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Join in after 2. 2. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. Cheerio, my darlings. Take great care of your dear selves. DINKY-DOO, stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. And again. Ta-ta. There we are. And for all you beautiful YouTubers, we are going to have to go. Please get subscribing on the YouTube. It is so important. And get to following. Look at all the videos. There's only 3,000, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I say good night, God bless, DINKY-DOO, and stay fabulous. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta, ta-ta. Bye-bye, YouTubers. And here we go again. Ta-ta.